Hi, Ashura Star Goddess. I'm back. I know I missed Monday, but I never said I was going to be doing these videos on Monday. So summer's out. My schedule is a little bit different. So let's get to it. Our lesson of alchemy today is first matter. If you have this book, you can turn to page, look, I sound like a teacher again, 76. I believe it starts on page 74 actually. And everybody has asked me, where did I learn about this dark energy? Where did I learn about this dark matter and how it works and what you can use it for? This is where I learned it. Okay. In the alchemy book, they call it first matter, and they also refer to it as dark matter. It's referred to as dark matter on page 76. Now, it's everything I've been telling you in my dark energy, dark matter series, but it's broken down very simple. It's not everything, it's just like it gives you a little bit and you are supposed to figure out the rest. You're supposed to connect the dots and, you know, come to your own epiphanies and things like that. So I'm going to read a little bit from the book to kind of give you an idea. Okay, so this is chapter 6 and it's called the elusive. Y'all know what elusive is? Like, you can't get it. It's slipping away from you. You know, it's very hard to attain. You don't understand it. It's not understood. It's just there. You just accept it. Okay. So the first matter is called Prima Materia. It's Latin. Okay. It says it is the most confusing concept in alchemy. Okay. Which is why I took it on head on, because you start with the hardest thing, and if you conquer that, everything else is easy. Okay, so if you're getting into this path, you want to start with something, you know, like this, and everything else will just flow. If you want to go the hard way, you know, and learn little by little and learn the small and easy things first, that's fine too. I did that too. But when I got bored in what I call a spiritual desert, I wanted something big and bold, something that I could use, you know. So I went straight up to this dark matter, or first matter. Okay. So it says the reason that first matter is so hard to pin down is that it is everything and nothing at once. Okay. So it is the primal one thing that existed before time, as well as the primordial chaos that contains all possibilities. Okay, it is said that first matter carries the germ or seeds of all things that ever existed and ever will. So anything you want, anything you could ever imagine, is in this first matter, or dark energy as I like to call it. And they will refer to it as well as dark energy. Okay. It is the infinite cornucopia from which the myriad of all created things of the universe emerge. Okay, so let's skip a little bit. It talks about the emerald tablets. It says in the emerald tablets, the first matter is referred to as one thing. That's what it's called, one thing. The primordial chaos. The primordial chaos of the universe, fashioned into material reality by thoughts or word of the mind, ideas. Okay, the idea of a divine presence seeking expression in the material universe to have originated with the ancient Egyptians and has become the basic tenet of Hermetic philosophy. So basically, what you speak, what you think, is what you can create with first matter, aka dark energy. Okay, let's go further into it. Okay, Western alchemists depict the first matter as Ouroboros, you know, the snake eating its tail, which is a serpent or dragon eating its own tail. In alchemical drawings, sometimes two serpents or dragons are shown with a lighter winged serpent above and darker walking serpent below. So 2 dragons, one above, one below, as above, so below. So the interplay between these 2 primordial principles is what drives reality. So you need both. You know, you need reality, you need chaos in order. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to be able to create what you want, to manifest what you want, things like that. Okay, so let's skip to the good part. Okay, so it says the first matter cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So we know it's energy. Okay, the amount of first matter in the universe is fixed. It's permanent and unaffected by time. Modern alchemists associate it with dark matter, which is the equations of physics say make up most of the universe, but can't be detected. Physics, yeah, so that's physics. So physicists believe dark matter is responsible for the basic structure of the universe and have proven that billions of bits of this invisible matter stream through our bodies every second. So do y'all remember when I was telling y'all how you can heal using dark energy and dark matter and manifestation? Because it's in your body. It's there. So just like you can will and manifest with the universe and the ethers, that's also inside your body. So you can heal within, as within, so without. Okay. So the first matter is also the source of the Philosopher's Stone in alchemy. And the Philosopher's Stone is basically something that is created by an alchemist that can bring you like whatever you want. Okay. A lot of people think it's your pineal gland decalcify and functioning at its highest performance so that you can manifest easily, that you understand that dark matter or first matter is between the twilight between what is material and what is not seen. Okay, I believe it says it in here, so I'm going to read what it says. It says, to find the first matter, you must search in the twilight. That means between the darkness and the light. Okay, you must search in the twilight area between manifested and unmanifested. Okay, reality. This is where the magic comes in. Okay, so for example, if you want something and you have not manifested it yet, you're at the stage of, you know, you're in the manifested world. Okay, the unmanifested is something that you want but don't yet have. So the first matter, the dark energy, is that space between you having what you want and you not having what you want. So for example, if I light a candle or if I do a ritual or a spell and I say, I want, you know, prosperity, I want true love, I want blah, 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 blah. That candle represents the first step towards the dark energy. That's why the flame, the fire, the energy goes up into the ethers, into the dark matter. That's why when it burns, the wick turns black. The first primal carbon-based material, it goes back to black. Okay, and it's also going up in smoke. It's also going up to the ethers as energy. So a candle and a spell and, you know, your manifestation is your direct way, one of the direct ways, because there's many. There's ritual, there's a lot of other ways you can do magic, but this is just one simple way. This is that twilight, you know, between manifested and unmanifested. This is what you're doing to get there. Your thoughts are with this candle. You feel it's coming to you. This is the twilight, the feeling that it's coming to you, the attraction, and once it manifests, you have it. Okay, so this book will take you a long way. That's why I say get it, because a lot of things are in here and it's very simple and broken down. Most people are looking for, you know, books on how to do this and that, but a lot of that stuff, it's not going to even matter. You can skip all that stuff if you learn alchemy. I'm telling y'all. And if you know this, you can decode everything. Especially, you know this and symbolism, you can decode everything. You can see everything for what it is. Okay, just like this says that you can see the first matter. You can understand what dark energy is, or how to use it. Okay, we'll never really know what it is, but we'll know how to use it. Okay, and sometimes you don't need to know what it is. That will defeat the purpose. Okay, all these scientists are trying to figure out what it is, rather than how they can use it. Okay. For example, why do you need to know what it is? If you knew what it was, it might not exist anymore. It might, knowing, because it is, you know, it is a paradox. It is the Ouroboros. It is chaos. It is something that you're not supposed to understand. So if you were to understand it, guess what would happen? You wouldn't be able to use it. Just like on the end of that movie, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls, how that lady, when she saw the aliens, she was like, I want to know everything, in her little accent. And they let her know everything, and she just exploded and turned back into dark energy, dark matter, and went all back to the ethers. Because after she knew everything, she could not manifest, she could not be dark energy in human form. Because if she knew what she was, you know, to the fullest, she would return to it, you know. Knowing and believing are two different things, you know. So if you know everything, you can't use certain things. You can't be in this moment. You can't experience certain things. So that's why a lot of things remain in the dark and as a mystery, because we're not supposed to know them because we can't use them. You know what I'm saying? We're here to experience something, not to figure out how to get back to where we left. You know, that's not, you know, that's not why we're here, basically. I mean, it's good to know, but it's not our main purpose of life, basically. So also, it says, I'm going to read the last part of this. It says, first matter is a substance is known as the inner star. So if you're doing physical alchemy, like when they used to make metals, the first matter, when working in like metal and trying to change base metals into gold, this is what most people think alchemy really is, but this is just an exercise for your mental to understand your spiritual. Okay, so it's like a spell. You're physically doing something with your hands, which is mentally making you think and putting, you know, 2 and 2 together, which is spiritually evolving you. So if you were to start with a base metal, it would be called the inner star, which is the basic thing. Okay, and this can be explained like, you know how they have gold plated stuff, you know, like that cheap jewelry, gold plated. That's the same thing. An alchemist back then, you know, metals were pure, metals were this and metals were that. If they could make some gold plated iron and sell it as gold, they didn't have a way to tell if it was real or fake back then, so they were making a killing off of a layer of, it could have been a color, the color gold. They could have created the color out of certain metals mixed together at a certain temperature with a certain amount of this and that in there, and said it was gold and got rich. But what they were doing was creating, you know, alchemy, taking something basic and making it something great and making a profit off of it. That's what mental and spiritual alchemy is, taking something basic and creating something profitable off of it, you know, turning lead into gold. Okay, a lot of people think it was literal, like, oh my god, this is solid gold. No, it just looked like gold. It was gold. It looked gold. You know, if you tried to test it, it might come out as gold because of the chemical makeup, but it wouldn't be gold. You know, it's an illusion. It's like a magician, you know. That's why when you hear about alchemists, you'll also hear about tricksters and Hermes and things like that, because it is to be interpreted, you know, by the person and figuring it out, you know. So if y'all were wondering, I always tell y'all, they don't like to say what it is, you know. People are afraid of the word dark, so they're going to say, oh, first matter, okay, which is true. It is the first matter, but it is dark. And I like the word first as well, but it is dark. The book even says it. So however you want to call it, you know, to us it is dark matter and first matter, and that's what I'm going to keep calling it, you know, because that's what it is. And I feel like when we can embrace the darkness as well, if we can embrace the darkness as those people who embrace the light, you can find so much more information. And embracing darkness does not mean being evil. It just means being able to make decisions based on certain information that you have, you know. It means knowing that there is no karma, or you can transmute it, okay. It means that you're not afraid to go into the unknown and break rules, okay. It means all of those things, and if you can't cross that line, you will never get, you know, the type of power, energy, information manifesting that you want to the fullest degree, okay. You have to be able to cross the line, because we're both, just like the book says, we're chaos and order, okay. We're the serpent eating its own tail. We're infinite beings. We keep going. We don't stop. We just transform. And if you can't even, on the planet Earth, if you can't even go from being, you know, goody two shoes light, only working with this and that, to exploring the dark side, or exploring darkness, or exploring other methods, or exploring other knowledge that you really never have to apply unless you want to, because everything is choice, then you're not getting the full experience of being on the planet. You're just not. You're not enjoying it as much as you could. You're only living one aspect of it, and it's very limited. And it's not the original. It's not the original. It's not the first. It's not the dark matter that you're using. You know, you're stuck and you can't access it. That's why a lot of you guys' spells aren't working, why a lot of you guys' rituals don't work, or why they don't, you know, not every ritual is going to work. Not every spell is going to work, even if you do use dark energy. But I'm saying, if you want more success in your magic, you need to start working with first matter. If you would rather call it first matter because you don't like the word dark, that's fine. But if you start working with it, you'll understand that it is something that you need to explore. It is the unknown. It is something that you will not understand. It is something that you can use to your advantage, and it is something that is within you and will always be. You can't get rid of it. Like light, it's not permanent. First matter, dark matter is permanent, okay? So if you guys are saying, well, you need balance, yes. But if you're going to invest more in one thing, invest in the source rather than the effect. You know what I'm saying? Invest in the cause rather than the effect. The effect is something that you can hold in your hand, okay? The effect is something you can hold in your hand. You don't worship the item. You don't put all your energy into the light. You don't put all your energy into what's manifested. You put it into what can create, so you can always manifest more. You can have one iPhone. Let's say you move to a desert island, and what do you have? An iPhone. Yes, I have an iPhone. And everybody else on the island doesn't have one, but you have one. You're special, right? If they take this away from you, you're not special no more. If this gets destroyed, you're not special no more. But if you knew how to make an iPhone, if you knew how to create an iPhone, if you knew that you could, if you knew how to order an iPhone and get it to your island, then what? You could sell them. and make a killing. So that's what alchemy is, and that's what light and darkness is. Light is having one item, having one specific thing, but not able to create it. Okay, if you're able to create the light, use the light at your will, then you're a true alchemist. If you're just working with light, the manifested item, and you don't know where it comes from, how to make it, what makes it work, and all those kind of things, then, you know, once that item is gone, once that thing is gone, once that light is extinguished, then you have nothing, you know. So learn how to be a creator, a co-creator, versus someone that just celebrates the creation. Okay, there's a difference. A lot of people will say, oh, well, what about God and things like that. Alchemy, this book talks about God, but basically it says you're God. God is part of you. You're a part of God. First matter is part of you. You're first matter. Okay, so or dark matter. So if you're a lot of Christians and people like that will worship God. They will worship the creator, or the creator. They will worship the things he created, the stars, the moons, the trees, the nature. This is religion. Okay, now alchemists, they are co-creators. They will help create more. They will not worship the creator, or they will not worship the creations, but they will co-create and build upon what is already created. They will create their own lives and their own worlds and their own effects and teach other people how to do it. Okay, so there is a difference. That's why a lot of people are stuck in their lives, because religion only takes you so far. Then you have to learn alchemy and get on a more spiritual, metaphysical path in order to surpass that. Like if you've learned everything in the Bible or the Quran or the Torah, if you learn everything in there, you know it backwards and forwards, you know how to apply it to your life, you know how to do this, but you feel like there's more, you cross over into alchemy and metaphysics, where it all began. Okay, and then after that you'll be able to get what you want, you know, without asking. You don't ask anyone in alchemy, you create, you manifest. There's no more praying. There's no more petitions, you know. You can use those as forms of dark energy and dark matter, you know, between the manifested and the unmanifested. That's where your saints, your Orisha, your deities fit in. That's where they fit in, okay? That is between here and there, the twilight, okay? They're not in this world. So they're in between, and they can create and help you co-create those energies. All energy is dark energy in some form or fashion. It has come from that, so it has it in it. So if you're using deities, Orisha, angels, saints, it's all the same thing. Dark energy in a certain degree, in a certain package that can do certain things. It's almost like a program. It's almost like an app, if you're gonna get modern about it. This saint is an app to do A, B, C, and D. This Orisha is an app to do A, B, C, and D. I'm going to petition, I'm going to click on this app, and I need this job. Okay, first of all, you went to the Orisha, or you went to the saint. You're manifested. The saint is in between what's manifested and unmanifested. You petition the saint. You say, okay, saint, okay, Orisha, help me with this, or assist me in this, or help me co-create this. Sit back, wait, and when it manifests, there you have it. It's alchemy, it's magic, it's spell work, it's working with Orisha, it's all of it, okay? If you can understand magic using alchemy, it will be more powerful. So I think that's enough for the day, and I think y'all have learned enough. Like I said, I'm gonna put this book below. Y'all can order it. It's a very good investment. You will be able to use it. You can teach your kids out of it. You can teach basic people out of it. It's very easy to understand, and It's only $19.95 if you buy it brand new. I'm sure they sell them used. You can get it super cheap. But it is a very good investment. The best book I've ever purchased. And I don't regret it. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.